do what you love and you won't work a day in your life. I used to believe that this quote was something to live by, a grand goal. I recently thought about it and I think that it was a lie. I'll explain. First of all, the quote from my understanding means that you should find a hobby or something you are passionate about and do that as your job, right? I'm not going to be absolute. And note that I'm not here to give you advice, but to have a conversation with you. So where does all this start? How did we give birth to such a quote? I was thinking that since a proportion of people don't like their jobs, 60% feel detached from their job combined with the help of grind bros and gurus, it leads to quotes like this, which can be very misleading and do not warn anyone about the consequences such pursuit can have. And I don't mean the consequences like quitting your full-time job with no backup plan or backup money to become a full-time Twitch streamer or a full-time rapper. These are also consequences and can cause a lot of problems, but one of the consequences can be getting completely detached from the present and living in the future. You might be thinking that this is not a problem, but let's say years later what you wanted to do didn't really work out, which is okay. I've failed multiple times in many of my projects, like all of us have. What I mean is obsessing so much with the result of your pursuit that we forget about the journey. We get detached from the present, we lock in, we cancel plans, we lose genuine relationships that we've built, and one day we wake up, we are 32 years old, and we think to ourselves, where did time go? That's one problem. Another one is actually succeeding in your pursuits. It is the complete opposite, I know. You become a gaming YouTuber, a rapper maybe, or a professional footballer, but then you start to realize that your hobby, the thing that you loved so much, suddenly doesn't feel the same. Now it's not a fun hobby to unwind, learn, experience and feed your soul. It is an obligation. It's the way you make your living. Of course, there are many exceptions, like making a ton of money from the get-go, which will make you enjoy it as much because you don't have to worry about money at all, so nothing really changed. But usually things take time and they move gradually, so now it's not a fun game you play in the evening, but it's your source of income, which makes it serious, and you have to do it in a specific way because the algorithm has to like it more than you do. The audience waits for you to deliver consistently, you have to play probably the same game over and over again, and there are many other aspects and problems of this specific trade. Let me talk to you about this from the perspective of a content creator and editor. I have always liked making videos since I was a kid. I did it for fun at first, made some gaming YouTube videos when I was in middle school, and it was really entertaining. In high school I made it a goal to become a content creator and make money online, so I don't have to work a traditional job ever. It sounded like a dream, and it worked. I'm 24 and I've been making money as a content creator and a freelance editor, but it's not the same anymore. It's fun only when you get views now. If you don't, then you think, what's the point? I have to do better. I have to adjust this and that so the algorithm likes it more. And your vision, creativity and hobbies slowly getting killed by you and by the algorithm. You strip mine daily trying to find the one piece of content that will go viral or to find truly meaningful content. The latter is very difficult to find. It can take a lifetime, and if you make videos on something you like, you will end up sucking the life out of it for the sake of content and not art. Not because you are unable to make art, but because to succeed you have to adjust. That is why I created this channel, honestly. Here I don't think what would go viral or what would the algorithm like. I create what I feel like creating, and I like talking to you about different ideas, topics and exchanging thoughts. Maybe that is the best approach for someone who wants to keep his hobby and at the same time make a living from it. Just don't pay attention to the algorithm and do whatever you feel like doing and put some emotion in it. Maybe that is it. Maybe you have to create art and not content. It's more difficult, of course, and doesn't guarantee any results, and I don't think it can be applied to everything, like football for example. Or maybe another approach that I'm thinking about is that maybe you have to choose something you are good at to do as a job and live what you like as a hobby, because if you're good at it, you will not hate it and it's more likely to be tailored for you and you keep your hobby alive. Also, if you are the type of person who has only one hobby, one passion, and you don't like trying 50 different hobbies or you don't change hobbies easily, then monetizing your hobby should be very risky, because if you do suck the life out of it, what do you do then? What's that one thing that you will do after work now? What will take its place? Probably an existential crisis, right? So I believe balance between those two is the approach that won't drive you mad. These are my thoughts, at least. Let me know what's your approach on that and what is your experience. I'd love to read it and I'd love to see you in the next one. Have a good one, brother. Also, since you reached the end of this video and you're still watching, I was wondering, what do you think about this style of content, with me playing a game in the background and talking to you? I see others doing it also here on YouTube, but usually with Minecraft, but I do like trying new games and different games, and I try to talk in a more calming way. I lower my voice a lot, it's almost like an ASMR. Let me know if you like it, and see you in the next one, brother. Have a good one.